This is a podcast about our lived experience, which unfortunately includes infant death and subsequent mental health struggles. Please take good care of yourself and only listen if this content feels safe for you right now. We'll still be here when you're ready.
Hi, I'm Judith.
And I'm Alina. We both lost babies to SIDS in winter 2021.
In the throes of grief, I reached out to a stranger on the internet and our friendship was born.
In the years since, we've been working hard to survive, rebuild, and navigate the continual challenges that have come our way, including divorce,
Job loss,
dating while bereaved,
moving multiple times,
health scares,
pregnancy and parenting a living child,
starting new jobs, and so much more.
We are tired.
Happily ever after is out of the question for us, but this podcast documents our journeys to happier ever after because we believe life after loss is worth living.
So join us as we laugh, cry until we laugh.
Welcome to As Long As I'm Living podcast.
We're so glad you're here.
Hello. Alina here from As Long As I'm Living podcast, Quinn's mom. We are on a podcast break for the next few weeks. And while we're out, we decided to share a couple of tips, tricks, and recommendations from the bottom of our very random hearts.
Other things that people can do with their time while they're not listening to As Long As I'm Living podcast. Do you have a book that you recommend?
Okay, so I am just learning how to read books again.
Makes you sound like you're a kindergartner.
It's
true. It's hard. So both of us had a period of time where we could not read after the loss. I am back to reading, but Judith, you are just getting back into it now,
I'm
right?
trying so hard, and it has taken me like about a month to read 200 pages of this book called Lessons in Chemistry. And
it's so good, right? Isn't it cute?
Book. I enjoy it very much. So Lessons in Chemistry is the book I read. And then there's this other book that I read that's pure trash, but I think it's worth recommending only because, hold on, I'm going to tell you, because if you want trash, this is the book you need. Okay. This is like a good love story trash. It's called Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. Okay. And if you want like an easy read where you're like, you can't, like it's garbage, this is the one for you. Okay. And that's what I got.
Okay, great. So my book recommendations, the book I always recommend to lost parents, which is like, I don't even know if it's a good idea or not, but it's called A Heart That Works by Rob Delaney. His son died of cancer, and it's funny, and it's fucked up, and it's so good. But I read that a long time ago, but that's my like blanket recommendation, always that book. But then recently I've gotten really into books about severe mental illness, and we're so weird. I don't know why, but I think there's something comforting about seeing how broken other people's brains are because mine is broken. So I'm going to start with Everything is Fine, a memoir. This is a memoir by a guy whose younger brother was suffering from schizophrenia and murdered their mom. I also read a book called Juliet the Maniac. It's a first-person novel about a girl who gets sent to like a rehab mental illness camp. And then I just read the classic One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and I quite liked it. So we all know that book, or the movie at least, but I read that book recently. So those are my like weird little recommendations for
Wow.
Okay, well, those are our recommendations.
To all of our wonderful new friends, we want to hear from you. Email us at aslongasimlivingpodcast@gmail.com and follow us on Instagram at aslongasimlivingpodcast. We'll get back to you as soon as our grieving brains allow.
Yay!